at that time I was very fascinated by the idea that we are holograms of the universe. You know what a hologram is, right? It's called a hologram, where the whole is contained in every part. So I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible because it's not that complicated. There's a poem of Rumi where he says, you're not just the drop in the ocean, you're the whole ocean, the mighty ocean in the drop. So each of us has the whole universe inside us. And I had grown up with these ideas, so it wasn't that difficult for me that we're not in the world is in us. That we're not in the body is in us. That we're not in the mind is in us. There's a line in the Bhagavad Gita where Lord Krishna is teaching yoga to Arjuna, the great warrior, and he says this, Prakritim swam vashtadhai vishrajami puna puna, in Sanskrit, which means curving back within myself, I create again and again. So the whole universe exists inside you. Where are you experiencing me right now? Where are you experiencing me? In your consciousness, right? Where do you experience your own body? In your consciousness. Where do you experience your thoughts? In your consciousness. Where do you experience this room? In consciousness. Where do you experience New York City? In consciousness. Where do you experience the sun and the moon and the stars? In consciousness. So you are that consciousness in which everything is conceived, constructed, governed, and experienced. There's a core consciousness in which you experience this. Now, we're learning a lot more about this core consciousness, that this consciousness is not in space-time. Space-time is in consciousness. This consciousness is transcendent. Transcendent means beyond. Beyond space-time, beyond energy, beyond information. It's the ground state, it's the ground of being. So you have a ground of being, I have a ground of being, every sentient being has a ground of being. And when you're there and I'm there, then we're both in the same place, except that it's not a place. Because a place implies a location in space-time, and your real being is outside of space-time. That's why, again, in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna, when he speaks about it, he says, water cannot wet it, wind cannot dry it, weapons cannot shatter it, and fire cannot burn it. It's ancient, it's unborn, and within it, everything happens. So when I'm there and you're there, we're both in the same place. It's the ground of my being, it's the ground of all beings. And it's also the ground of the universe, which is the famous expression in Sanskrit, Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi means I am the universe. Okay, so we thought we were puny little human beings having spiritual experiences, but in fact we're the whole universal consciousness having a human experience. Aham Brahmasmi, or Tattvamasi, I am that, you're that, all this is that, that's all there is. And if you really get that, then good night, thanks for coming.